There we go. If my voice holds up, I've come down with another cold. Not best pleased about that. So, anybody around, come and say hi. Ask anything you'd like. Talk about anything you'd like. Music, movies, games. Any problems you might be having with a bit of health issues. I'm not an expert on a lot of them, but I could probably just chat to you if you want someone to. Yeah, so if anybody's out there, I will be on here for a little while. Just come on, type in, say hi, Mandy. Let me know if you're there. Don't be shy. No, can't be shy on YouTube. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I do apologise. Bear with me, just 2 seconds. It might be my daughter, so I do apologise. I know it's unprofessional. She's at college, so give me a moment. Okay, all good. It was only just from the Vodafone people, so network I'm with. Right. Is there anybody at all watching? I'm going to be here for a little while, so if you're here, say hello. I'm going to put some music on, and YouTube, yes, I am well aware of the thingy rights. So if I do sing a song that's playing on my phone, I'll add the song and the title afterwards. So try not to do me for copyright. I can't help it. If I like a song, I'll sing along to it if I know the words. Like I said, I've just come down with another cold, not liking it at all. So I just want a little bit of background music for the moment. Just until we have some people join us, or person. Come on, there must be someone out and about. Let's try and put some happy music on if possible. If I'm not looking up at the screen and you are on here, just type hi, Mandy, and I will catch it. The only comments on the chat at the moment is what I've put up. So and if you have a favorite group you want to talk about, band, music, anything, talk about, I don't know, what's the latest movie you've gone to see? I haven't watched any of the newest ones that came out on the cinema. I was planning to, but I just got too busy with things I've had to deal with. We'll leave it at that. My phone's given up on me. Oh, there we go. I'll turn it up just a little bit. There we go. Anybody here yet? Come and join. As you can see, we've got our Christmas decorations up. My daughter decorated the house. She did a lovely job of it. Very arty. Hello. See, you would think, without the sounding very weird and funny, but it probably will sound weird and funny, that I kind of used to talk to myself sometimes. You know, when you're trying to think about something and you talk to yourself to work it out. I do that, which is really odd. I know what a lot of people do, but it's just like thinking out loud kind of a thing. And now I'm just sat here in front of the computer talking to the webcam, hoping somebody would come and join in for a chat or to watch. If anybody has anything to ask me about myself, go for it. And that lovely little creature behind me, that's Star, our cat. There. She's absolutely gorgeous. I also have a snake. He's in his home, which is that side. Excuse me a minute. Sorry, that was from my daughter this time. Excuse me a moment. Teenagers. They aren't all bad, I know. Okay. Oh, sorry. Late night, early morning. And for anyone who asked, no, I'm not currently working. I was. Unfortunately, I might have mentioned it in the first live stream. My health took a turn for the worse. I suffered epilepsy, and I was starting to get constant shakes, which brought the anxiety levels up. And unfortunately, I started fitting again quite badly, and more to the point, more regular. So therefore, I had to hand in my notice at the job I was doing, which was only part-time. Lovely little place, and people were absolutely lovely. But unfortunately, with doing the kind of work I was doing, it wasn't safe for me to carry on to do the job, basically, which is why I had to hand in my notice. And I kind of got to thinking, what could I do to help others? And I decided to, I don't know, do live chats on YouTube for any people or people who need somebody to chat to. Sometimes people find it easier to talk to a stranger because that person might not be so judgmental. I do try not to judge. We all do it, I know. If anything, I judge myself more than most people would judge themselves. I am quite a sensitive person, to say the least. What you would class as an empath. I can feel other people's pain. I can tell when something's wrong. And I've also had a lot of things, personal issues I've had to deal with over the years, which has, made me have a few trust issues at times with people who are, I thought I could trust, and turns out I couldn't. But life is all about learning, so live and learn, I suppose. I've made many mistakes, too many to list. And if I did list them, I think half of the people on YouTube would fall asleep. But yeah, at the moment I am studying a math course at Totton College, and I've got last lesson this evening. Well, it's more of a revision lesson than an actual proper lesson, as we have got our first mock exam after Christmas and in the new year. So yay. So guess what I'll be doing after Christmas and Boxing Day? Studying. Exactly. It's something should be finishing June, July in the new year, after I've written the final exam. And then, if all goes well, and I hope it does, and I have passed the exam, I should be applying to go to university. But I think even if I did go to university, I know I'm only new on to doing YouTube, and I've got one subscriber only. If I could build this channel with the help of others, reactors maybe, or other people who kind of, know how to do YouTube channels, shall I say, it would be appreciated. And I would like to, I don't know, just be here to talk to people if anybody needs a chat about, like I say, anything. Could be to do family, friends, school, bullying. Believe it or not, I have been bullied. I still get bullied. I won't tell you how old I am, but if you want to know, message me and I'll tell you. And I'm totally against bullies. I'm a firm believer of what goes around comes around. So if you bully somebody now, don't be surprised that if something bad happens to you at some point, it's not good to bully, full stop. We meant to be looking after each other, not being hateful towards each other, not being cruel to each other. There's too much PC correctness gone mad in this world at the moment, and I have a very strange point of view maybe to some, but I believe that all humans should be treated equally, regardless where you come from, what your background is, what your culture is. If you're going to be treating people badly, don't be surprised if they treat you badly. If you want people to treat you with kindness and respect, which is earned, then treat people nicely. Do unto others what you'd want them to do unto you. Simple rule. Followed it as much as I could throughout my life. I've only ever been nasty to people who were nasty to me. And I know 2 wrongs don't make a right, but sometimes you get to that point where you need to give them a taste of their own medicine to realize that what they're doing is wrong, which sometimes works, and sometimes they are just that type of person that does not care what you say to them. They are just so nasty that nothing you say, even if you gave them a taste of their own medicine, it wouldn't make a slight bit of difference at all. And people like that, well, that's when you let karma do her thing, because excuse me, eventually it will come around, and eventually things will happen to them, and when they look back on their life, they will realize why. Then again, they might not give 2 hoots that anything anybody says to them will make them change their ways. And unfortunately, there are people like that in the world. Excuse me a second. So, yes, when it comes to bullies, I'm totally against it. Like I said, I was bullied throughout my school years. I've been bullied and belittled as an adult for a variety of reasons. I've been told I'm not that smart. I've been told I can't do things. I've been bad people belittle me because I come from South Africa, which is where I was born and grew up. I've been living in the UK coming up 22 years now. But in the time I've gone from moving from South Africa to the UK, starting a new life, and I've learned a lot about how things work when it comes to relationships, culture. I mean, the UK has a brilliant culture and history to it, very sort of, some part of the history, British history, is underrated, I must admit. So, but if we look back on how things were 100, 200 years ago, to compare it to how things are done now, people nowadays will say what they did 200 years ago was wrong and evil. It might be the case for now, but back then people had to do and deal with things what was available to them at the time. If we did things now, what they did 200 years ago, it wouldn't work. You have to move with the times. I know that we've gone from kids being bullied in school playgrounds and classrooms to internet bullying. So via social media, Facebook, which I'm on, Instagram, all this lot. I've read stories of youngsters committing suicide because of social media bullying. So even though we have all these things at our fingertips, the internet and ways of communicating, it also has a bad effect on people as well. Too many youngsters spend too much time on their phones. A lot of them wouldn't know how to communicate properly with adults or with their peers due to the fact that they're always on their phone. They get information from sources that aren't 100% valid. And a lot of what is on the social media doesn't always have the full facts to back it up, in my opinion. If, say you were learning something at school as a youngster and your teacher gave you an assignment to do on, I don't know, let's do a topic, let's go back to history. Let's say to do with World War I, as an example. You were able to, because I didn't have internet when I was a kid, trust me, that didn't exist. We just about had landlines and phone boxes, yeah and that. If you wanted to know if that part happened in that war, you could go to your local library and you could look it up in books. You could talk to other people who might have been youngsters at the time and see what their views are on it. Nowadays, all you do is you go onto Google, you type in something, and it shows you all the facts. Now, like I said, not all the facts or not all the information supplied on the internet are 100% true. And some people get easily misled on that side of things. Now, especially youngsters, because youngsters are very easily misguided by what they see or hear on social media. I mean, people might laugh at this, but when I was a kid growing up, and I watch cartoons. I'll use my favorite Bugs Bunny as an example. You'd see them. It was a cartoon. You thought, oh, cool, these animals talking. Wow, but you knew it was a cartoon. They weren't real. Okay, so I'm not saying that. Sorry, stumbling on my words a bit. But you wouldn't watch it and then go, oh, that character's trying to shoot Bugs Bunny with a gun. I need to go get a gun and start killing the rabbits. No, we didn't have to be told not to try this at home. We knew it was a cartoon. We knew it was just made up and for a bit of a laugh. And that was it. We didn't have to get told, don't do this at home because this will happen. But nowadays, youngsters watch things and then try and do the same. And yeah, it's just absolutely silly that anybody would try and copy something that ridiculous from TV shows, movies, games, or whatever. And too many youngsters have done these things and ended up in much, much trouble. And personally, if you want to educate youngsters on things, the best thing I can suggest is talk to them. If it's a subject you think they might find boring, try and do it in a way that will keep their attention on the subject. Find a way to explain it to them so they don't get bored halfway through the conversation. Get them to read more books, make up stories, get them to be creative, use their imagination. If they want to learn to dance, teach them to dance. They could teach themselves. But don't let them be so easily misled by what they see and hear on the internet, because there's been too many wrongdoings that have resulted in youngsters or people in general, could happen to adults too, that have been misled by what is shown on social media. Like I said, tough subject, that one. I could go on forever. But I am going to call it time now, as I've got a few bits to do. And if I have chance to come back on later, I will. Otherwise, to all who watch this later, if they haven't watched while I've been recording it live, hope you all have a great day. And please take care of each other and of yourselves. And if you have liked what I've talked about, then give us a thumbs up and share. And any advice or comments you want to make, just pop them down below, or any questions you'd like to ask. All right, take care all. Bye.